everybody, and welcome back here once again. We are here for match 4 of the Asian DOTA Championship. Some people did say it would go to a 3-1, possibly 3-2. Who knows? We're about to find out. Nirvana.MY losing the first 2 and now coming back to take the third. Also joining me is Hiccups instead of a co-commentator, but myself, Tobi Wan, will never ever stop shoutcasting this. We'll be having some great matches so far. Let's, without further ado, and without further hiccups, jump ourselves straight into the game. Everyone can have a bit of a joke about this later. But we do have a switch around, so Scythe go over to the Scourge side this time around, and we will have Mushy as the captain of Nirvana.MY, being the captain of the Sentinel side. Oh, this could be hell, peoples. Bat Rider coming out as our first ban. HY, ball goes back into his court so far. His first ban so far for every single game has been Pugner. It will remain so, and Pugner is it. Windrunner has been his second one. It might be that. Mushy has kind of like changed it up a little bit. Like he's gone, oh, ban Doom. Yeah, ban Doom now? Oh, no, I'll leave that for someone else to ban. Ban out Morphling. Morphling sounds like a good pick, and that's exactly what he's done as well. Morphling being taken out of the lineup. Morphling is just one of those guys. Like we saw in the first game when Morphling was actually picked just how strong he actually is. And even then, like, we still actually see the Ethereal Blade being used in a lot of battles. We saw it on Potom. It was actually used by, I think it was Sharky in the second game. And we just saw there in the third game as well, the Ethereal Blade coming out once again. This time it was from Nirvana.MY, and then they just use that to focus fire heroes down. And by the way, Razor.Toa. I wish that was easy enough to get my hiccups away. It's not going to happen that easy. Hopefully they'll just fade with time, or some sort of pick like Weaver would scare the absolute crap out of me, and we might be able to move on from this one. Until that point, I'd like to give a big shout out to everyone who has actually been listening in. We did actually hit over 5,000 people during that last match, so it's great to have that many people actually on the air. If you are still on the air and you wish to be involved in the chat, come and join the people at CyberGamerTV.com, and you can actually see the chat. And if you wish to be involved in the chat, just register. Very, very easy to do so. It costs you absolutely nothing, and you get to talk in the chat. It's pretty cool. So yeah, guys, great way to go. Mushy, what do we got so far? HY betting at Alchemist this time. Alchemist, a hero which I think has appeared in all games this evening, but apart from the first one. Didn't appear in that one. But Alchemist now being put on the list by HY. Doesn't want to see that. Doesn't want that tankability. And it was a big problem for them in the last game. Alchemist was just so damn freaking annoying, like this hiccup. Strong. You couldn't really bring him down. Mushy bans out SF this time around. He got to play him in the last 2 games. Got ganked badly in the first game he had him, which was the second game of this best of 5. Third game, which was the one we just passed, he had a great time with SF. Those oldies were hitting, the Blink and BKB, he got him up in time, and everything else just worked perfectly for him after that point. So it's just one of those times when you just go, oh, hey, what the hell are we going to do? Ban SF, we don't want it in the hands of him, we're going to do something else. As we see Doombringer being banned out as the last one by HY. Pretty sure he's banned him 3 times in a row now. So we will be going in to see how we're going to go for our picks. Mushy has the first. How's he going to go with this one? It's going to be the big one. And of course, in the words of Mr. Al, as he puts it up across the YTV stream, welcome to the Anywhere ADC Grand Final, game number 4. To see if we do actually need a 5 or not. If Scythe take this one, we will not. If Nirvana.MY do, then we come down to the ultimate showdown, the fifth match to decide who is the Asian DOTA champion. Windrunner coming out from Mushy, been banned every single time by HY this time. This time he subbed out Alchemist and threw in Windrunner. So Windrunner will come into the lineup for Nirvana.MY, managing to escape the ban pool of HY this time around. And Mushy definitely not one to want to miss out on an opportunity like this. So he's just gone, you know what, that's mine. Just take it. It's all mine. And now we go over to HY. He has 2 picks to come up here. So choice is all his. Will he go for the famous ES, which we've seen so many times? ES actually being picked up in our last game Still pretty good, but not as actually essential, like as effective as you would really like. As you've seen in the past, is the best way of actually putting it. Really wasn't as effective. So yeah, let's see how we actually go. HY once again digging into his extra time. He keeps doing this beforehand. And the Guinness World Records of a man that continued hiccuping for 68 years is something which I do not wish to actually rival, funnily enough. Yeah, so we'll just ignore that one. We do actually have Koi lagging out right now, as you actually can't see it on your screen. There's a little box which is probably just appearing just over here, a wall where you normally actually see the band speaks as well as the name. So having a little bit of issues for Koi, so we will actually probably have a rehost of this game later on. And Tamika 1209, I think that answers your question. I'm just throwing it out there. The live listeners know what I'm talking about, so that's what it's all about, boys and girls. Tune in live. That's what it's all about. If you didn't tune in live and your mate's like, oh, but I couldn't get there on time, CyberGamer Network. It is the YouTube channel. You can check them all out there on the main page as well of the CyberGamer TV. We also have the little thumbnails which will link to the matches, and we put everything in there. So we have actually lost our ES, or in later times, or tonight he's been more known for his puck, which is now picked up as well. HY has decided to go puck as first pick up, and more than likely will probably take support hero, so probably see VS once again coming out for HY. Leave his options open for a little bit later on. Let Mushy pick up a couple of other heroes right now, and there is our Vengeful Spirit from HY. So we will actually just jump ourselves back over to Mushy. In fact, just for this moment, I'm going to take my hiccuping self off the main screen, so you can see the bands in its full glory as I try and scull something to try and get rid of these things. And we'll see what that actually does for us. Ooh, nothing like watching the bands and picks on a full screen. Makes everything else look a little bit nicer. Venomancer and Lich will come out from Mushy. So interesting who they actually play in what lanes for this one. Now, all three heroes that Mushy has picked up have been known soloers. So Lich to go solo, Venom to go solo, Windrunner to deal with the tri-lane, going solo. All three of these heroes can actually do that job. So as far as like HY, when he looks at this lineup right now, he'll go, how are we actually going to go from this point? Do we just go, okay, what lanes are they running? How are we going to go with this? Like, Puck can go solo up against Windrunner if we want to. That's fair enough. But as a Veno, that's a different thing. As far as Veno goes, Veno should dominate Puck. Just push him back and just keep that pressure on, and Puck shouldn't get any kills bar from his illusionary orbs, which take too much mana. You can't just basically keep on pumping them out. So it's a little bit nasty to actually try that sort of focus. So Lich, on the other hand, solo, go to level 6 nice and fast. HY obviously doesn't even care. He's just gone Witch Doctor, VS, as well as Puck. So they've already got their good mid-game hero as well as possible soloer, and they've got VS as well as Witch Doctor. That's a double stun for a lane, and if their carry hero, who they will go for their big laning hero, actually has a stun on him as well, that's a triple stun. Make it a DK. Throw in a Dragon's Tail, just for good luck. Yeah. Nothing like seeing a DK. Hopefully we might even see a Weaver tonight. Both Weaver and Ancient Apparition both have not appeared tonight, which is of most interesting. Like, it'd be interesting to actually see what flame actually comes out in the threads, in the chat, as well as on the forums as well, of why we're actually missing a lot of these heroes, which we were talking about before the game even started, before even this week even started, of these guys should be in the game, but a lot of the heroes have not actually been picked up. But we move ourselves into our next lot of bans. So Dwarven Sniper once again being banned by Mushy. So wanting to remove that pure DPS, as well as that ranged assassination. So last time I thought it was just so you couldn't actually counter the SF in the middle, which would have been great for ganking SF. Like, seriously, like that mini stun you can get off him. The scatter shot, which will slow him down. VS comes in with magic missile and just basically just pepper his ass to oblivion. Yeah, HY will now come in for his 4th ban. Both teams have actually eaten into the extra time just a little bit. Not a massive amount, just a little bit. And there's Broodmother being taken out too now. Broodmother was probably a very, very wise ban as well. HY just looking at Mushy's line, going, okay, they got Venomancer. He can push if they grab an Enigma as well. Obviously that would probably be a little bit overkill. But it's just one of those lines where we just remove him. You don't want to see him there. Doom and Brood are just the rest of it. And Amjong, I know you're trying to help Doom, but stop spamming the chat. So it's not really going to help. So yes, we will actually be going through. We've seen a whole bunch of wife sales on how to actually get rid of hiccups. It's, yeah, interesting. Alright, so we will now go into our last ban for Mushy. So at the moment we have removed Batrider, Morphling, Potom, Dwarven Sniper, as well as SF, and that's Potom being the last ban coming out. Interesting to see from Mushy. That's basically any range damage you can do, he is taken out. It's like Potom, SF, Dwarven Sniper, Morphling. They are the best damages in the game. Well, at least at the moment, in my opinion. As far as like HY goes, he's actually removed ES, so just trying to remove the excess damage, and oh no, that could be why. Remove the range damage so you can't bring down a Specky. Specky is now in the lineup, and this is going to be interesting. I'm wondering, I am really wondering what HY is going to go. Now you've got, obviously Specky, if Specky gets farmed up, you need to gank him hard. Like really hard. You've already got the support to do that. You can already lock him in place, and the Warring Rift can lock Specky in place too. That Haunt is an ability that lets him escape to any hero on the map. And I say escape, like if you don't have all 5 heroes in the one spot, Haunt pops off from Specky, he is on every single hero's tail, and then you choose which one you go to. If there is one hero that is away from the pack, he will get munched, as well as give an exit opportunity for him there. They get the Warring Rift on top, get the silence down, and everything will look good. HY, give it to me, man. I want to see a 4th. I want to see a 4th right now. Necroplayer, you got yourself a shout out. You talked in chat. You got yourself a shout out. Except he's actually not Necroplay. Necropally. Smooth. 8 seconds. Counting down. HY, still not quite sure what to go. And he actually goes for Storm Spirit. We will see Storm Spirit. So the man who can probably initiate the best in all the game will be there. And whoops, that's not what I want to hit. So yes, we do actually see, what the hell? Okay, you see it there on your screen right now. I'm not leaving the game until we actually look at this. Lion and Specky with the last picks up for Mushy, but we actually have Naga as well as Storm Spirit actually come out. Now, Naga Siren, I've only heard recently that she might actually be thought about to come back into like competitive Dota kind of style, and even then it was a very kind of like a random conversation you have after a couple of drinks of, hey, you know what, Naga Siren would be fun, so would Meepo. But Naga Siren is actually going to appear in the lineup right now. This is going to be interesting. Whoops, we've got to get out of it. Roy and Sharky appear to want to be streamers as well as shoutcasters right now, sitting in the wrong slots. If everyone has actually guessed the right room, please stop joining the game as well. It is not helpful at all. As we all need to change ourselves around. No one should be awake at this time, come on. Except for the 4,247 people who are currently tuning in. You can be awake. I enjoy you being awake. Because if you're not awake, there's not much point in me being awake. And we're into the game, and we're all good. So, Yeah, we're just checking that's actually the real Don't Lag, please. It looks like someone was actually trying to smurf himself. I say smurf himself. He was trying to actually be an imposter. All right, so we are going to kick ourselves back into this game right now. Also, got to give a special shout out to my co-host for this evening. There is a man out there who will understand what I am talking about. My co-host being that guy. That's right. You know what I just said. I had no hiccups for so long. Oh, that would teach me right. That would teach me right for trying to be a smart ass to Talanoy. Shout out to him. He's one of the big men that made this all happen. So it's been great. Looks like had a little bit of problem here with a bit of problem actually finding the real McCoy, not being in game. So we are changing that one out there. Looks like my chat is also frozen on the CyberGamer TV, so we'll have to get that fixed. So one, it stops doing that, and two, I just have to refresh the page. And now even Talanoy is freaking giving me tips on how to actually get rid of hiccups. I'm supposed to hold my breath for 10 seconds, then breathe it down hard. Let's see if it worked. We will find out. All right, so, yes, we are in the game. And we are good to go. Didn't work. We are good to actually go as well. So, Mr. Out just asking, can go? Toby, question mark, go. We're all good. Let's get this game underway. Number 4 of ADC. That's where we want to be. That's where we want to be. That's right, it's the hood. It's the DOTA hood. Like the hood you put over your head kind of thing where we get to hide all the time. But without further ado, and without me blabbing anymore, we can bring up the load screen. It is version 6.71b is what we are playing this evening. And it is the grand final of the Asian DOTA Championships. Nirvana.MY going up against Scythe.SG to be an epic showdown. Can Scythe.SG take it this time around? Who will know? We will know in just a couple of minutes' time, or possibly 50, possibly 60, possibly 70. It depends how epic it is. Nirvana.MY must win this to stay in. They already went 2 down. Now they've managed to call 1 back. And let's see who's actually going to play who as well. We have he's dropped down to the Alchemist, and he will actually be picking up Spectra for this game. Mushy playing as Lion. Net playing as Lich. Heading down towards the bottom lane, we have Extinct playing as Windrunner, as well as Cat playing as our Venomancer. So there's your tri-lane for the bottom. Veno, Windrunner, as well as Lich. In fact, it looks like we've got 4 heroes heading down towards the bottom. Spectra will be babysat, and then one of these heroes will rotate top. More than likely, it will be Venomancer. I'm going to have a guess at. Possibly going to be Windrunner, but I would prefer to actually see Venomancer up there in the top lane. Top lane for Scythe, Sharky. He's playing his Puck this time around, so we are going to see a bit of a change-up. Yamatar playing his ever so great frickin' what's the Storm Spirit in the middle lane. A little bit of harassment already coming off here as frickin' Roy playing with his teammate HY just blocking him the entire way. Don't lag, so we've actually got a Koi playing his Vengeful Spirit for this game. So he's gone back to his support role, has left Puck alone, and Roy will be playing his Witch Doctor, so the 2 support boys back together again, the old Scythe way. And HY is not a hiccup, he is in fact a Naga Siren. If I found that one kissing me, then probably that would get rid of my hiccups. And everyone's saying stop breathing again. This stream, we just have to deal with it. HY is actually now switching around, heading up towards the top. Once I saw those heroes there, they decided to change around. Venomancer had a bit of a look around. Regen Rune is there, so he's waiting for someone to actually initiate on him. pops off the image, knows the real one, even actually keeps tabs on the real one. Very, very smart play coming out there from Cat. Presence of mind. Wish Doctor also heading up towards the top, so a bit of a switch around for the Scourge. Sharky has already come down towards the bottom lane. He'll be going up against Net. I say going up against Net. Net's just going to be harassing his ass back. That's a lot of damage coming out from Net. And Sharky has got to be very, very careful. Already low, pops off the healing Slav, and Tangos will come out from Lich as well. The biggest problem for bottom lane at the moment though, is the fact that Spectra will be free farming. Spectra, you put him on the same rank as well as Morphling. For heroes, you should never, ever let free farm. So basically, moral of the story, don't let him free farm. 3 heroes now in the middle lane. Sun goes out on top of Witch Doctor. They want to get first blood here in the middle lane with 3 heroes out. They go for the shackle shot from XT. From Extinct, trying to get a lucky hit there on Yamate. Was no luck for him though. Still getting the last hits out Yamate. Try to make the most of everything. Mushy's got to be careful as well as Extinct. Don't get yourself too close, but 2 of the most experienced players in this Malaysian lineup sitting there in the middle lane. Wish Doctor will be there in support, so he should be okay. Sharky a lot closer now to Spectra. Spectra, dagger goes off. Lich wants to keep the harassment up. No mana for Lich at the moment. Needs to actually use a bit of Dark Ritual. And got to be actually careful. Sharky can actually initiate at the moment with an Illusionary Orb and can probably actually bring him down if he gets the angle right. Problem is he needs the vision for the side to actually know where Lich is to get that last hit. Naga as well as VS coming up towards the top, and that's just pushing this Venomancer back now. So HY, we'll just see how farmed he gets up, and also see what kind of item build he actually goes for too. It's been a long time since we've actually seen a Naga being involved in a war of this magnitude as well, like a grand final of ADC, and you pick up a Naga. It's a very, very interesting pick to actually come up. Looks like top lane gank will come through. They're diving it through. Stun goes through. Wait for the net from HY. Not there. He's going to pop off the illusions, which is going to completely confuse the tower. The first blood is already there, pushing him back. And the first kill actually goes out to our support player, our most famous ES player, Koi. Top lane should be pushed as well. War's going down with the DD. They should be able to do a little bit of damage towards this tower. HY looking to actually take the creep wave away for just a moment while the tower pressure is being applied. Raw hitting on top of that one right now. DD rune has worn off, but with the new creep wave coming through, it shouldn't be too hard to actually try and bring it down. Roy's going to fall himself back a little bit further right now. Ping's going off as Cat is trying to bring himself back as well. Naga's still there. T1 tower almost down. They're trying to dive back up again, waiting for him to come in for that deny, but it's not going to come, and the last hit, will it get on the back of HY? It's getting very, very close to bringing him down. The glint pops off. Elf goes to slice, and oh, that was so damn close. HY could have been all over, but he does manage to actually not get the last hit on the tower, but managed to actually live from that tier 1 tower. Windrunner has gone back up towards the top. Looks like they want to try and initiate, going for the shackle shot if they can get in close enough. At the moment, just denies coming on through. We'll see a bit of a change around in just a moment. They're still fighting very, very close to each other up there on the top. Don't want to go for the save game just yet, until this little confrontation up the top gets resolved. Looks like it should be good. So saving it 4 minutes and 4 seconds into it. And we will be pushing ourselves down towards that tier 2 tower. They can't do the same thing as they just did though. They need to actually push into other lanes. Actually bottom lane looks like it's actually in a little bit of trouble. Sharky trying to form himself back here. Magic missile has got to come. It's not fast enough. Sharky does go down, and there's that magic missile. Keep the damage going. Keep the damage going. One more hit. Can he get close enough? No! Lich slowing down far enough, but he does actually get close enough for a Raw, which does the kill, and will now probably deny himself to neutrals unless he wants to actually fight this one off. Raw going on down. Lich actually down 84 HP as well, so well, no one denies himself to neutrals, and Lich will be forced to walk all the way back to base here, and Sharky can come back here. So and it appears a lot of people actually having a little bit of issues with the stream, so I'm just going to restart the live stream. We'll leave the VOD actually running for the moment, obviously, but we'll just restart the stream for just a moment. So with the stream restarting, we should be okay. Just giving it a couple of seconds before we actually come back up live again. And now we should be back live again with the stream. Hopefully that is actually helping everybody else out now. Nothing else sucking net from here, so if it has actually changed, I apologise everybody. If we continue to have issues, I will basically drop the quality down again another notch. But we should be okay. Back towards the middle lane, Yamatar versus Lion. Lion on the Storm Spirit. It's always been the old epic battle in the middle. Courier flying out, looks like he got a little bit damaged trying to get out that ring of health. That'll be the reason why. It's a guy called Roy. Regen rune on the top. Scythe. Naga Siren still really having a great old time up there on the top lane. Let's have a look at the CS scores coming out for everyone right now. We'll go through the Sentinel side first, as I hear stuns actually coming off from the middle lane there. Horn. Is enough to bring down Yamatar. That would have been just from the standard horns as well. Bouncing stun trying to go off. They might try and actually claim Windrunner off, but until she gets the shackle off, Dagger has already flown out. Puck is in the middle of it too. Warring Rift has gone off. Don't lag me, please. It's just trying to get back past the tower. And does so successfully. 4 heroes there, and that's our first big gank on a carry too. That is 2 apiece coming up for the lineup. So hopefully the stream is doing better for everybody out there. If it's not, then I do apologise. We'll check the chat in just a moment and find out if we do need to change it up again.
Players' forces are under attack.
Park back to farming on that bottom lane, as we want to go back to where we were looking at before. So for the Sentinel side, Mushy 23 for 8 going up against his mid counterpart 24 for 6. So damn close between those two players. You can't really separate them by that one death. That is what's going to hurt a little bit more. 150 gold lost, but more importantly, a little bit more XP goes to Mushy. 22 for 9 for our Spectra, playing under the name of Ooh, is the only thing he's actually currently got. Is the only way you can actually play him now. 23 for 9 is his CS scores. Jumping over to Scythe, you have 26 for 6 for Yamatar, as I said. 17 for 0 for Sharky as the puck. 37 for 5 for HY up there on the top, the most farmed hero on the map to date. And let's see how he is actually still going free farming that top. Way too easy. And those illusions are so powerful as well. It is one hell of a push. He can push in very, very early and can really take out a lot of damage as well. And by the way, guys, hopefully the stream is fine. Just restarted it up, so it should be fine. Everyone's saying that the stream is smooth. Don't restart it again, so you should be okay. All right, so it's 2 apiece, and we will have Specky still farming up that bottom way as much as possibly can. Not completed Vanguard just yet. Should be done in a couple of minutes' time, though. Unless there's going to be a gank coming in from the side. But watching Yamatar here in the middle lane at the moment. Strength treads, mantles, just trying to keep that intel up a little bit further in case he doesn't need to use that. Here we go. Nothing like a bit of dust to wipe out a Sharky. He couldn't phase shift himself out of the poison damage that was coming at him. And Sharky literally does pop himself into oblivion. 4 heroes, though. In order to do this, there are 4 heroes at the moment from Nirvana on that bottom lane, and now Naga, HY has joined the battle on that bottom lane, ready to push it out. Took a lot of spells to actually get our little puck boy down, and now they should be able to push. Illusions are there. We have Witch Doctor, Storm Spirit also with a haste rune there. Let's try to come up on the high ground. VS already spotting it. Magic Missile goes off. They spotted one out there. Can actually capitalise on top of it. Net's trying to retreat off there. In fact, Net is in fact completely netted. Pun completely intended. Storm Spirit over the top. Pulling Lion in. Oh, this is massive. Mushy going down. Right in front of the Mud Golems too. And that is 2 down for the Sentinel side. Still attacking it down. Wiping it anything they possibly can. They will claim this tier 1 tower, and Scythe will take a very, very early game advantage, and this guy needs water, liquid on his throat. There are some things that only juice can save. That is my voice. Windrunner still having fun there in the middle lane, trying to farm up whatever he possibly can. Goddamn hiccups to the hell. 10 minutes into this game so far. Scythe Setting images up, just keeping taps and everything. Mushi's going to come up a little bit further. Doesn't have vision up there, or does he? No, he doesn't. There's no vision whatsoever. Still 3 to 4, very, very, very close right now. Where's the initiation going to come from is going to be the big, big question. Windrunner moving up a little bit higher on that middle lane, just not knowing they were all down the bottom before. Now they're going to push in towards the mid. Look at that jump straight down. Raw goes off. Can't get close enough to get the pull off there, and that's what Yamatar wanted, and he just couldn't get that far. But that aggression, yeah, we're going to use that as a real word from now on. That aggression from the Storm Spirit has given them second thoughts about actually going in here. Windrunner will power shell over the top, takes care of the illusions. Already rotating up right now. Managed to actually catch out Lion, who is in multiple illusions. Skirmish not able to tell which one is the real one, so deciding at the end of the day it's best just to hunt down all the illusions and leave the real one to just run himself back in towards the middle lane. Up towards the top lane, Spectre is on the way out. HY. Oh, Courier's got to be careful. Hawk goes off, and one hero is all it takes to jump off to, and he jumped a Puck there in the middle lane. Puck lets off the ulti, and just a little bit too far out there for Spectre. He did get stunned, and TP got cancelled in towards that middle lane. There are 4-5 now heroes up here for the Sentinel side, and Mushi instantly on the aggressiveness to go straight past the tower, looking for one hero to finger up as well as get that stun on. So now VS Raw goes off. Glenfit has bought them a little bit of time. I think it did actually go off, but the last hit did actually go to that Specky. Not what they wanted, and that's what I was talking about before as well with Spectra, with that ability to actually move himself around the map. If one hero is in the wrong spot and you want to go for a big gank on him, he just pops that off and gets himself out of trouble. The Haunt does have I think it's like a 2-minute cooldown, and there's Invis Rune for Windrunner as well. That's not going to help the case. Top lane TP. Storm Spirit force back, and has no idea where Windrunner is, so nowhere is safe right now. Even though Windrunner is actually headed down towards that bottom rune. Going to watch Naga just run himself past that bottom rune as well. Who else we got TPing out? There goes one of our boys. I think it was our boy in blue again. Bell of Giant Strength looking for its owner, flying around the map, 3 for 4 right now.
The player's forces are under attack.
Spectra with Vanguard up, Poor Man's Shield up as well. Interested to see what type of item build he does go from here. Most Speckies do like to go for that Radiance as early as possible. Roy is still looking to actually keep this mid lane pressured up as much as possible, 3 to 4. He has that Restoration to actually help all other heroes who are around him as well. Obviously, big AoE heal is a great thing. Surprisingly, no one's actually used Juggernaut as well, considering his heal has been reworked for a bit of speed. Oh, net. Oh, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. Malik burst into nothing but oblivion. Roy got the back of that one. Most of the damage, though, done by Yamata. And that is going to be another one down, biting the dust. And it's only 15 seconds on the sideline for him. But it's enough time. A little bit of damage to the tower and keep the pressure on. Puck wants to come in from the side as well. Does spot one. Oh, Venomancer. Cat could come out as well. He could have completely overcommitted to this one, but a big ulti from himself right now. Matched every single hero. Good shackle shot. Manages to bring down Sharky as he tried to TP himself out in the cover of the trees there, but the rest of the team will fall themselves back. So 4 to 5, still in favour of Scythe. They have the game advantage as well, considering they're up at the moment 2 to 1. It is the ADC Grand Finals. Whoever wins this, well, if Scythe wins this, then we literally end for the night, and it's a 3-1 victory to them. If they lose this, then we go to a 5th and final decider. Still moving themselves, and Storm Spirit back into towards mid lane. What have we got so far? Bottle completed one of his null talisman. Mantle is up on him at the moment. Interested to see if he just lives with the amount of mana he's actually got for the moment and saves up for that Mystic Staff to get himself up to the Guinsu. That is where he gets a lot of his strength from as well, to actually have that extra hex up his sleeve for his team. They got a lot of stun, but throw in that disable as well. Allows him to easily hunt a single player. Earn up on top of Witch Doctor as well, so managed to actually get a little bit of farm on top of him. Heading down towards the bottom lane now. It looks like we got one HY farming up there. Mushy, interesting position right now. Also interesting to note, not a single ward watching this maneuver. And Witch Doctor now actually being spotted there by Windrunner. Witch Doctor should have seen the same thing as well, but realised got to be with his team. So this wave on the bottom from Scourge has to push out right now. If they want to make the most of actually having to shift all these resources, I'm talking resources as heroes, down towards the bottom lane, they've really got to push this lane very, very hard and fast. Witch Doctor making the most of the time while they're actually doing that as well. While they're doing that, looks like Mushy and Witch Doctor have a bit of a hunt around at the moment. Venomancer quite happy to set up shop there in the mid lane, and they'll probably push through the tier 2 tower. In saying that, that's exactly where HY is currently headed, down towards that tier 2 tower in the bottom lane for the Sentinel. More illusions popping out, illusory orb over the top. Should probably jaunt to that one, but not going to do it. Just let the entire creep wave actually die. Top tier 1 tower still in place. Yamato still farming up there. Might want to join down the bottom lane, but won't be able to. He's way too far away right now. And this bottom lane will be able to be pressured down. Venomancer's wards going to actually slow it all down, as well as this DD on the back of Windrunner will just wipe out this wave. It is the power of Windrunner to actually pop off one of those great power shots right over the top of everything. And after that happens, then literally there is nothing more you can do. You just basically just lose your wave. It's like, oh, hang on, I just lost all my momentum, which I tried to build up right now. But didn't actually manage to get... yeah. You know what I'm trying to say, guys. Actually, you probably don't, but I should probably try and say it anyway. Meh. Alright, meanwhile back at the ranch. 4 to 5, Specky still trying to, still actually free farming top lane. Interesting to still see Poor Man's Shield as well as Vanguard. Phase boots completed on him. And Specky will just keep that pressure on that top lane. Got to farm up a hell of a lot more than he currently is right now. 3,800 is where he's got to aim for. Still no actually only one tower has gone down to actually help him. Roy just destroyed the tower in the mid, and now they'll rotate up towards the top. It's got to be a 5-hero push if they're going to go. Puck is going by himself right now. Looks like Scythe's going to actually join him as well, and it's not going to matter because the TP has already come out. So the Specky has fallen himself back. Let's have a look at the CS scores again. HY, 83 for 5, leading still the way. Specky 95 for 12 right now. Still died once, lost 120 gold. That's not the best thing for him. Has got 2 kills though and claimed 440 gold for his efforts. So as far as like the money balance wise go, Specky's still on a pretty good roll at the moment. 18 minutes into it. If he keeps going at this rate, would actually have a radiance up by 25th minute. As now the pressure on the bottom lane. Haunt goes off. There's a lot of damage going off. Maldi's on top of him right now too. Venomancer pops off the ulti. Wish Doctor falls back as well as VS. And there is a big sleep there from HY. Trying to give time until Lich comes in. The ulti will bounce and will actually get the kill. Great double kill there from Net to come in just at the right time. HY silence was good, but not good enough. Now Puck getting called out. Sharky having illusory orb himself out, but he's currently a chicken as well, stunned and actually dead too. So 3 heroes down here for Scythe, and they just lost complete control of this. Complete control of this game. That is definitely not what they wanted to happen just then. Now the pressure being applied to the tier 1 tower on that bottom lane. Even then, actually, not that massively. It is coming from Venomancer, and he can literally pressure it himself. And there comes the TP in, so that pressure will actually equate to absolutely nothing. By the fact they got the 3 kills. Which is definitely not going to be happy in the books of Scythe. On the bright side for Scythe fans, though, Yamato did not actually die during that fight. He was actually still free farming up there on the top lane. So if he was in that fight it would have been very, very, very different. It could have also been completely catastrophic. So, well, the glimmer of hope still remains at the moment for Scythe. Even though, like, as far as towers go, sure, Scythe are ahead. Scourge, you're up 2 tier 1 towers right now. Map position-wise, well, even then, like, actually look at these flaming towers. You've got Flaming Tower on the top, a little bit of a nickeled one on the bottom. Ooh, what do we got actually picking up as well? Oh, hang on, bottom lane. We got stuns coming straight over the top. Stuns right over the top, finger into the back of the Wish Doctor. VS trying to stay in there, but Venomancer going down. More TP trying to go over the top. VS going down on the way out. Lich is still putting Frost over the top, but in comes Yamater and Puck in there as well. Drops the ulti. Nat, he's there. The Nat now on top of Mushy. It's been thrown at there by Scythe, but they can't get close enough to actually attack him. But Storm Spirit is doing it from range. Does he have mana for another ulti burst? Yes, he does. In he goes. He needs to get that one hit. Don't let him escape right now. Mushy is escaping, and he will actually TP out. Oh, what a play by Mushy. They didn't see him go down low. Oh, that is a big, big blunder there by Scythe. Yamater needed that kill, and Mushy just juked him in the trees. 9-7. 9-7. The one kill they needed to basically make up for what happened before. Actually, even now on the top lane, a lot of damage coming out. Good bouncing stun. There is no ulti. There is no escape. It is down, and Spectre dies there on the top lane. So that was well done. HYHY claims the last hit in the back of that one. And look at that. Diffusal Blade already wants to suck the mana. Got the Purge on it too. You are not going to escape from him. So a good pick to actually go up against Specky. As far as item builds go, we see Lich also falling back here. Scythe trying to get control here. They don't want to go into a 5th match. It's already early over there for them all. You're looking about maybe 3 AM in the morning. These guys are playing currently. And this is a best of 5. Now Sharky being called out once again. He's a chicken now, looting all himself up there. Phase shift. Ethel Jaunt will get himself back out. Puck, one of the hardest heroes to actually kill unless you have a complete stun. He wasn't actually ready for that too, and I wasn't ready for it either. With a Keelan's dagger on top of Lion right now, it'll be very, very hard to actually stay on top of any, map control and trying to make sure you don't get ganked. So Lion, instant impale there on one of the images of the Mirages. Uses no mana for him to actually do so. In fact, he's just regenning it now. Scythe still moving himself through the river. Back in, Yamater. He's managing himself an Ogre Axe. So it looks like he's going to go for Aghanims. Again, the Ogre Axe generally means you're going to go 3 of the 1,000 items.
The player's forces are under attack.
Back up towards top lane. Specky trying to farm what he can. 2,100. Couple of deaths not helping his cause at the moment. 9-8 though. It is actually still in favour of his team as far as like kill count goes. BKB actually completed now on top of Storm Spirit, so completely screws me over. It's not Aghanims after at all. It's actually going to go. It's actually already picked up the Black King bar, making sure he can't get stunned and be completely involved and do whatever he wants to during these fights, or at least for the duration of the Black King bar. Waiting for the time to actually strike now. Scythe holding up on the high ground. No wards up here watching them either. So actually, from both teams, there's only one ward I can spot in the entire map, and that's actually coming out from Nirvana.MY down there. Just watching the bottom rune. That's the only ward currently placed on the map anywhere. So now looking for this pressure to be applied for the middle, but they're not going to do it. They're just going to keep this. Let's keep very, very relaxed at the moment. Windrunner. Bottom lane, Headrest Rejuvenation up. You got Mushy coming down with a Blink Dagger Lion still inside that cloud, and will now actually pick up the real thing, pick up a Invis rune. Funnily enough, they actually stack. Huh, lol. That's a new one. The animations also look like they half stack up. It could just be the blurry time in the morning. But Lion has actually now spotted out one very, very juicy target. What he hasn't been ready for was the other 3 heroes that are about to follow him straight down. So keep your eyes open. Just outside the Roshan pit, we could see blood tonight. but probably not, because Lion's going to rotate himself in towards the middle there. Have a go at HY, who actually has a Vlad's up now too, so stuck that life dry. Lion will now go for the impel, coming in. They just go straight on top. Venomancer pops off the ulti as well. Big ulti to actually pop off, even though it's probably only got like a 70 second cooldown at level 1, I think it is. But that is an easy kill there in that middle lane. Just been past the river. Can't see him coming on the invis, but it's just one of those things where ward control, where is it? Who's got a ward? Wish Doctor's got a ward. Where's he placed it? He would have had another one to place, either that or he's waited a full 8 minutes. Ah, there's one from Roy. Watching that bottom rune. Probably just a little bit too late there from Roy. And now puts the ward up too so he can see on the other side of the river in case Lion wishes to actually blink himself across and get himself into massive danger. I love everyone in chat just now just caught up to the fact that it's a BKB, not an acronym. So I was like, yeah. Never always right. That's what it's all about. Alright, looks like Hitman squad, Roy and Koi. Actually, it's not Roy and Koi, because Koi's not playing the puck this time around. Here's Sharky, ready to actually have a bit of an engagement here on the bottom lane. VS trailing in behind him this time. Lion is down there, but they will be able to push down this tier 2 tower pretty easily. There is support also rolling down. We have Windrunner and Lich coming through. Frost Armor already in place. The Glymph will actually buy themselves a bit of time. Storm Spirit trying to do whatever damage he possibly can. We'll see that illusionary orb just fly over the top there. Have a bit of a look further down. Spots the Venomancer coming up. Roar's already gone off. Keeping the pressure on top of that tower. They do have the meat wagons in the back of it here, but with 3 heroes, they get more than enough power to bring down this tier 2 tower. They get it as well. Yamate gets the last hit for that one. As looks like a bit of fun up there for HY, putting pressure on the tier 2 tower on the top lane, while all this pressure is being applied on the bottom. That's why we actually haven't seen all the heroes like Spectra actually jump himself down towards that bottom lane. So 3700 is, wow, really? 3700 is where Specky's currently sitting, or is that Scythe? Nope, that's Specky. So he's almost in range of his Sacred Relic. And he can get that and can be merry and drink. 10 for 8. Scythe still holding control of this map. All waves are actually over the halfway mark. There is no river. That's the river generally. But basically it's all basically over the river now for the creep waves of Scythe. So they hold the control. Even then, like sentry wards coming out, making sure they can't be surprised at all. They won't know about any wards, keeping tabs on their movements. HY just still farming up there. That Vlad's just with the attack speed he's actually got, just sucks the life out of everything. But that's obviously Vlad's is spread out for everybody. So yeah, everybody gets a little bit of life. Drain coming out from Demon Witch. Force back a little bit. Yamate still trying to push through that top lane. 2200 gold on top of him right now. Gonna need to look for that Lincolns or possibly Gwynsu. More than likely, I'm gonna go Gwynsu. I was wrong about the acronym, so we'll find out for my next one. Level 2 tower easily gone. HY claims that one, so that's our second last tier 2 tower left on the map. In fact, we might even lose a couple of heroes right now. Lich ulti bouncing herself around, tried to go down to VS, who actually split herself up there. Shackle shot right on top, and in comes the massive BKB Storm Spirit, trying to do whatever damage he possibly can. Yamate almost managed to actually kill off Specky, who's running himself all the way down the bottom there. He is the main goal for himself, and that dagger just allows him to jump anywhere he possibly wants to. Mushi's still killing off the rest of the team right now. HY takes the fall. You've got to be very careful with that finger, and now Lich trying to come back up, give it a bit more of a hand right now as the Hexed Witch Doctor trying to retrieve himself back out right now, and Puck is already on the way back out as well. So too many heroes just dying then from Scythe, and they were still trying to do whatever they can, but it is literally over for that fight, and everyone has fallen back. .29 minutes into it now. Specky just with that Sacred Relic up, well, I don't think he actually got a couple of kills during that one, but still around. and has still been farming up. Didn't actually die. I think it's probably the most important thing for him in that last battle. But we're very, very close to actually getting towards that Radiance. And then things like he's being harassed here by illusions right now, that would mean absolutely nothing to him. Water off a duck's back, basically. And there's an ultimate orb from Storm Spirit. More than likely Lincoln's. Gwynsu. Let's try and get this map control back a little bit further. Waves are still pushed over onto the Sentinel side of the river, so technically Scourge still do actually hold the control of this map right now. Raw goes over the top. Trying to see how many people are actually down the back there. In comes a VS swap. Storm Spirit is hanging out right now, but VS caught out. Scythe comes through, puts down the sleep. It's holding him back for the moment. Comes in to make sure that when you do get an arrow over your head, you can get yourself back out of it. Long cooldown now. I think it's about 260 seconds on that ultimate for the cooldown for the sleep. So it's not something you really want to be messing with too much. Or wasting in situations. 13 to 8, ultimate orb still. Almost 1100 gold on top of Yamate. Park. Scythe just pulling in the creep wave, just trying to get any arms he possibly can. So that's 2,000 gold on top of him too, so might be doing something similar between Gwynsu, Shivas. They will be splitting those items up. Or possibly just going double sheepstick. Mech now completed on top of Windrunner as well, so even more stability for the team, for the Sentinel side. Not to mention the Frost Armor they're actually going to get. And the massive slow that allows them to actually chase on down. It's, yeah, looking very, very nice from right now. There you go, the illusions up from the Naga Siren. Those illusions, as I said, do a lot of damage, so they can still actually like chomp this crit wave up pretty easily. As well as this even Windrunner losing a lot of hit points, and they're just from the illusions, which I think is like 40% damage, as opposed to the real Naga Siren. Check the CS scores just once again, and still we see Specky and Yamate very, very close on the line as far as it goes. 156 to 158. Do have the nearest to him, 140, which is HY. Not a single hero on the Nirvana side have actually got over that too. They're all sitting on 60. Lich is on 15. So as far as farm-wise actually goes, yeah, Sentinel side, long way behind. As far as Scourge goes, they got focus, they know what to do with their big heroes, and they're getting kills on them as well. So things looking a little bit better for Scythe at the moment. They do hold the control of this map right now. And the cooldown of it, as you've just been told to, is actually 2 minutes. So it's a little bit longer than actually, well, actually a little bit shorter than I thought. It's 120 seconds. 13-18, Storm Spirit heading up towards the top. He's going to help farm up that creep wave as much as he possibly can. They're going to have to get there in time, but looks like he's going to go have support, VS as well as Puck, on their way up as well. I think they're actually expecting to find some resistance up there. At the moment they haven't found anything. All four heroes now just moving themselves around for a bit of a creep killing spree. Not that I promote killing sprees at all. That's just not a creep, at which point that's fine. 13 to 8 is 13 to 8 is currently where the points are sitting. 33 minutes and 18 seconds into this game so far. It's moving around a little bit more, just waiting for the right time to strike. 13 to 18 does mean that a lot of heroes are not wanting to actually engage just yet. Obviously there's a lot on the line for this. This is the Asian Dota Championships. Fair bit of cash prize money up for grabs as well. I do believe so. I could be wrong. Naga Siren, Dagger comes over the top. There's nothing but illusions, but what is not an illusion is that radiance damage that is actually currently coming out from Spectra. That is definitely real. This is a bad moment here for the Scourge. They realise that without ganking the Spectra down, do not let him get farmed up. Make sure we can actually stay on top of him right now. We should have done that before he got his Radiance. It was bound to happen, but a 34-minute Radiance, if we can kill him enough times that we can actually kill him when he gets to 42-minute mark with our later games, then they will be very, very happy. Got to find him first, of course. That's what the Smoke of Deceit's for. And are we going to see a Roshan? I think we will actually see a Roshan popping in past. There's the illusion rune. And actually going to look for a gank first. So they have actually managed to like move themselves around their neutrals, up into the Ancients, and then past the Roche Pit, and then decide to completely turn around once they realise that Naga is actually there and is turning around to actually face him as well. Windrunner wants to pick up the illusion rune and will have to fall himself back. They are just illusions that that we have seen come out from Naga, so they will actually know that's not the real one. It's the only consolation prize I can think of right now.
A player's forces are under attack.
HY just quite happy to be stationary there in the middle of the river. Just go, you know what? Come and get me, boys. Come and get me. So heading up back now as well as up towards the top lane. Storm Spirit once again up for a free farm. 3,000 gold on top of him too, so it will be shopping day sometime soon for that Mystic Staff.
A player's forces are under attack.
The only downside for him is he actually needs an item slot to actually fit it into, so obviously you can't be carrying around both of them at one time. Run the bottle, exchange the bottle. I would say drop the TP. In fact, I'd actually probably say dropping the TP on Storm Spirit wouldn't be actually too bad, because he can actually wave from lane, ulti from lane to lane. So as far as that actually goes, it's actually probably not a bad idea. The only downside is you have to try and stick around the middle lane so you can actually jump yourself into somewhere useful for the other lanes. Running back now, so we will actually see there goes, yep, trades completed. And also brought up something else. Gwynsu was the one that was done. So Gwynsu is all done and dusted. And now they will actually push out this mid lane. Look for that Hex, look for that initiation. Yamatar's already gone in, and he's right on top of oh wow, that is not cool for XT. And there goes Nirvana, they lose one already. Haunt goes off, trying to pick off one weak hero on the side. Doesn't actually get one. In fact, it's just doing it as more of a deterrent for Scythe. The Scythe still have another 30 seconds of opportunity here, and they will decide to actually fall back now. Storm Spirit ulting himself up a little bit further. Specky thinking about actually chasing this one in. In fact, Specky definitely thinking about chasing this one. In fact, Specky already chasing this one in. But now falling himself back. Lich and Venomancer that are there in support. That's why he actually saw Scythe not wanting to actually fight that one. They knew more was actually coming. And then they go back to their lanes and play the map control game again. So now Yamatar just free farming up the bottom. I say free farming. He does have a little bit of support there from Koi.
A player's forces are under attack.
Spectre, as I said, that is also now farming up the top lane very easily. Frost armor does definitely help your case. In fact, you've got a mid-shift Reaver, which is plus 25 strength. That's 2,000 HP, not to mention the extra little buff of damage she actually gets from that too. So it does all help and count towards it. And yeah, all 5 heroes now for the Sentinel side, heading up towards north. Probably want to knock over this last tier 1 tower, which I'm not too surprised about at all. Illusory all flies over the top. Down towards the bottom, so we will see Witch Doctor, as well as the rest of the team now heading for Roshan. Now, who will actually detect if Roshan is being done? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you've got. Where are they? And that is your biggest question. Where are they? And you are way heading in the opposite direction. You're going to go for the tier 1 tower while they actually take Roshan. So it's a trade-off, boys and girls. It's a complete trade-off. So Roshan going down. Storm Spirit takes the Aegis the Immortal. Ready to really lay some pressure onto the Sentinel side right now. Obviously, with the double Hex they now have up the sleeve. 1, 2, 3 TPs. Puck's on the front. Who's on the front lines? We've got Naga, who actually puts Lich as well as Windrunner basically to sleep. As big Frost comes out there from Lich. Big ulti as well. HY is actually already taken a fall. Vanomancer comes in from the side as well. And now Shackle holding Puck and VS in place. 2 of them down. Sharky's in trouble. 3 of them down. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yamata did manage to actually kill Mushi during the middle of all that, so it was at least a 3-for-1 scenario coming off for it. But Storm Spirit's got a lot of work to actually do right now if he wants to try and repel this attack. And in the end, I think he's actually calling Roy back. They will just defend their tier 3 tower, be happy with the fact that it was just a tier 2. We did lose 3 heroes, we did claim 1. But yeah, it's nothing we actually want to see. So as far from this point, Scythe are going to want to actually stay on top as much as possible. Every single battle must go their way.
Players' forces are under attack.
I apologise once again, just winning the whistle, so my voice actually does stay half intact for this. Now, all heroes just not really want to make any engagement. You wouldn't really think we're 40 minutes into this game right now, and we've got 26 kills. As far as all the games we've seen earlier tonight, that is like maybe the first 10 minutes. Those kills there are the first 10 minutes for most matches that we have actually seen tonight. So we'll just have to trust in the patience and pushing strength of Scythe to either finish this off now, or we look forward to Nirvana.MY taking us to a 5th and final decider and having one hell of a fight. Parker moving in, Invisible Rune, just heading himself in towards the middle lane, see if he can actually track somebody down. At the moment, he's going to find absolutely no one unless he heads up top, and even then he's only going to find his teammate, Yamata. Is now on the mark, so Gwinsu is up, Mystic Staff is up as well, so possible Shiva's Guard coming out of him. Probably looks for some armour to allow him to actually survive a little bit longer during the fights as well. So now just pushing out that top lane as far as he possibly can. Back towards mids, Becky was still trying to farm up what he can too. Heart and Radiance as well as Vanguard completed on top of him, as well as Space Boots. How are we going for Venomancer at the moment? Ghost Scepter, Hood, Vanguard. Hood and Vanguard, basically the 2 default items you always get from Venomancer. And then of course it is your choice from that point. Lich currently walking around with a gem, trying to go for mass D wards at the moment. Unfortunately, to grab anything for Scythe's wards, she needs to cross to the other side of the river, which is rather dangerous. The real one's in there somewhere, so we've got Diffusal Blade, we have Yasha, Vlad's, as well as the Poor Man's Shield, and then Agi Power Treads. But really, the Agi Power, everything she has there, it's not bad. It's not bad. You probably want to see that completed Manta, that way you can have 101 images actually fighting by your side. Until that point, then literally you can't, a bit of a Luna. So now even top lane having a bit of a fun fight between each other. Dagger did go off from Spectra, so I was thinking about actually making the most of that one. Yamata was also there on the front lines. Decided to actually ulti himself back out of trouble. It is the good thing about his ulti, he can literally go anywhere on the map as long as he has enough mana to actually do so. The only downside, however, is basically you need that mana. Without that mana, that's actually a downside. So, yeah, you know, that capacity up as well as the regen. Specky trying to free farm up that mid lane, 1700. Still not enough for him to actually probably buy back. I think it's 1800 at level 20. So it will be a little bit more expensive for him. As far as all the maps go, we now see rotations coming down towards that bottom lane. So there goes our Storm Spirit. Farming up a creep wave, a tropical creep wave. Still 16 to 10. It's really, really hard to believe it's actually 16 to 10 right now. Basically, kill count in this game means absolutely nothing. Farm is the be-all and end-all of winning this game right now. Couple of kills, yeah, that'll be good. Farm is still the be-all and end-all. So looks like Windrunner as well as Venomancer realised they're actually not real people. Alright, let's have a look at the stat screen once again. 260 for 17 for Yamata. Currently getting outdone by Spectra, who is 266 for 21. Does not have anyone else still over 100. 189 for 5 as well as... That was 189 for 5, so Yamata as well as HY. They are the two boys who have the highest CS scores in the entire, I don't want to say the entire ADC, but as far as this match goes, they're the highest ones in this match. So pushing hard and fast, there goes the blink, there goes our Lich ulti, just pushing it straight through, and HY is already dead. He didn't even have time to cast sleep. He was literally dead before he even hit the deck. And there goes another kill coming out. It's Koi going into the hands of U, and that is literally now 3 heroes down for the Scourge. This is approaching faster and faster, the GG call. But it's all going to come down to who actually gets the racks. If someone gets a racks, then winner. If without a racks, you've got very, very little hope right now. I apologise for the extended silence bits, things, and pieces of silence during the Shoutcast as well. It's been a very long week. 19 to 11. We are just over 45 minutes into this game right now. Oh, that's all level 2. There's that Shiva's guy completed as well as Gwinsu. So your glimmer of hope, if you are a Scythe fan, is Yamata playing as our Storm Spirit. As far as the Sentinel goes, though, he's going to have his work cut out from a lot of the Sentinel team, know exactly what they're doing, and they know exactly how to actually stay around people, just in case they need a little bit of help. Like even look at this, like Lion and Windrunner holding hands, Venomancer and Lich probably not so holding hands so much. They're kind of more a little bit opposed to that, considering it might be slightly homophobic. So they decide not to actually go with that one. So Naga trying to retreat here in the middle lane. Wish Doctor trying to help. Vengeful Spirit also coming along for the ride. Storm Spirit's here as well, so it looks like we're going to see a bit of a push here onto the tier 2 tower. It's very, very low on HP, so it would not be hard to actually bring down. With the amount of heroes they've got, they could probably even just solo it down. So they are still going to fight for the Glyph, just to buy themselves a little bit of time, because they're now going to come in from the trees on the side. And, well, until that point actually happens, I think Scythe Yamata is going to try and be half prepared with the support heroes at the back, and the rest of it will actually just come from the pure reflexes. In we go, BKB should pop. Lion's already popped Tears. He's trying to stay alive right now, while the rest of his team is currently getting dominated. Mushi actually gets brought down at first, and now we're actually going to follow it up with Net. Big ulti. It's not going to be enough. Yamata gets a double. This should make it a triple in just a moment, unless Spectre has something to say about it. No, he's unstoppable. Triple kill now coming off, and oh, that is literally his name. Playing as a Spectre will manage to actually kill the Storm Spirit, but one Aegis Immortal later, and he is back and fighting fit. So there's 1 hit, 2 hit, and off we go. Puck is there as well. He is there to actually fight the yeah, that word. I was thinking dragon for some reason. I'm thinking there's no freaking dragon in this one. Yeah, we'll go with that. So Storm Spirit still there on the front lines. So as his Shiva's Guard as well as his Gwinsu up his sleeve in case he needs to actually use those. Damaging that tier 3 tower. They don't really care about their tier 2 tower in that bottom lane right now. As long as they claim a mid-racks, then they literally have the advantage. So Sentinel respawning up right now. They don't want to give up their mid-racks without a fight. And there comes the Haunt right in over the top. Really staying on top of all the heroes. He manages to claim 2 right now, but Storm Spirit right on top. Pounds him once, pounds him twice, doesn't finish him off. He's got 10 HP, yet he doesn't finish him off and just TPs himself back out again. Looks like HY managed to actually tie it to the Sentinel side as well. Spectra buys back.
A player's forces are under attack.
Looks like Yamata's already back and fighting fit. Ultimate orb for him as well. Good crew wave pushing out that top lane at the moment. Mid lane, 4 heroes leading the way. There's still Venomancer on the front lines, Lions there as well. Lich hanging around in the neighbourhood. Doing whatever they possibly can to try and really, really push into this game section. Puck is doing the same thing on the bottom lane while all this is happening as well. Tace has got to decide where he actually wants to go. Sharky staying on top as he's going to push through this bottom lane. A bit of pressure onto that tier 2 tower in that middle lane. And we will see no Glimpse actually pop off just yet. They're going to just let it fall and just defend back at the main tower. Storm Spirit hiding inside of the smoke in a seat right now, waiting for the right time. Yamater about to come back in again, use it for a bit of farm. We'll be a little bit more careful about that though. If they manage to actually catch out a couple of heroes, then you can actually be looking a hell of a lot better. Up he goes, Shiva's guard goes off, 3 heroes are there. Off we go, Mirages pop off, as well as the Haunt. And Spectra looks for the cheapest hit to actually get. Via swaps line straight back in next to the Chicken Storm Spirit. Now Chicken Storm Spirit over the top. We'll actually focus on Windrunner until she shackle shots him just then. The Roy has actually already gone down. Windrunner TPing herself back out again. And you do actually see both TPs coming from the Sentinel side, managing to escape themselves from that big battle.
The town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, so Puck and Storm Spirit cleaning up the middle lane right now. Scythe actually join them. Just want to give it a little bit of a gentle nudge, and then they can rotate themselves down to the other lanes, which are already pushing themselves out right now. They need a second Rax if they really want to stay on top of this one. The mid Rax actually not completely down, so they might actually be there to complete the last part of it. Obviously, they have taken out they got Super Seismic Ghouls. They don't have Super Seismic Necromancers just yet. So they actually require themselves to get on top. Roshan. Well, that's one way to do it. But you basically need both of the racks to actually get on top of the full lane. Roshan will go down, and that is a lot of damage coming out at the moment. Now Puck's going to join in. The Spectral Dagger flies in right over the top. And, well, there's the Aegis Immortal. Goes straight on top of Storm Spirit. Jumps himself up. Jumps himself back out again. Still has mana to actually fight. Half his mana pool is still up right now. Jumped in, 1 hit, 2 hit. Geometry side gets dropped here by Lich. Sharky's already managed to claim 2 right now. Can he claim another one? Still keeping the pressure on. Yamater is doing all the work, but Sharky's getting the last hits. Puck holding line in place. He goes down as well. There's an Aegis Immortal that's about to pop off from somebody in just a moment. In fact, the Scythe does actually have an Aegis and has respawned herself back up again, as looks like our Venomancer is trying to escape. He is a little bit damaged right now. And, well, I just know that Yamater is not wanting to have to use his banner. 1, to actually be conservative, and 2, because he just will regen it straight away, but he needed it for that moment. Invis Rune now coming off for him. Heading on down towards where the tier 2 tower used to be. Where for some reason Scythe is as well.
A town is under siege.
So Storm Spirit ready to actually help push in towards that bottom lane. Glimp has already popped off right now as Naga pushed to sleep out right now, and that's really going to help him. She just wants to munch on through. In comes Storm Spirit, jumps right over the top. There goes, oh no, XT's down. Spectra, Dagger flies in, trying to bring down Naga. Does manage to actually bring down HY, but they're doing whatever they possibly can. Double kill, doesn't manage to kill down the Ancient of War. It was their target. The melee Rax was their target, and between the two of them, they couldn't actually do it. It is still on flames. The mid is still being pushed through, and Mush has got a lot of work to actually do. But wow, that is one big save. Big defense. So moving themselves out, 27 to 21 currently on the board. Taking care of anything bulky up there on the top. So I said mass man damage there from Naga. 2,500 moving yourself down. So there goes your creep wave, nice and fast. Probably lose another one just about here as well when the crit wave starts to respawn. They got their own one coming down, and here Manta Charge is actually just popping off right now. So Manta Charges and not really living up at all to that radiance damage, which now looks like we do have a bit of a fun time going through, as Spectra thought he might actually go for it, but decided against it in the end. Venomancer and Lion looking for a bit of a straggler. So is Windrunner. While Specky just free farms to top lane, Butterfly completed on him now too, 54 minutes into the game.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still the new items on top of Naga. Unfortunately, the buybacks are not being kind to them as well. It's essential that they actually do them, but as far as them being kind, they are definitely not being that. Storm Spirit now moving himself out on top of the south. Oh, I say on top of the south, down towards the south, and start to change his mind, heads straight west. Sensing there's actually trouble around at the moment. There is a VS. There is a VS for their team, which is now just completely out of the Shroud of Darkness. It is 27-21 right now, still in favour of Nirvana.LGD, Nirvana.MY. Another Raw pops off, just tries to see if they're on the other side of the rune. ADC model's already gone. DD rune will now get picked up and bottled. And it's in fact no bottles available, so just picked up by Storm Spirit. So very, very easy farm for him. Bottom lane still being pressured out by the support heroes. They know they've got a lot of work to actually do to get on top of this one. Another melee rack, so they can fit pretty comfortably right now. Storm Spirit just wiping out these creep waves with absolute ease. Also, they might be rotating the defense down too. Lion, Windrunner, both falling back. TP coming out from Venomancer. They want to be ready for this one. Lich is on the front lines too. They need to actually put out Frost Armor. Spectra's there on the front lines too. He's also got himself a bit of Frost Armor. And then they can actually try and push themselves into this main map. Will they be able to achieve it though? That is going to be our big question. As now we will look to see if they can get the gank off on Spectra, holding him in place for this moment. Dagger flies out, hoped he could run himself out of that one. Will not actually work that way. He does actually manage to force push himself out, and there's that sleep again. They're just going to go for the racks. Don't worry about anything else. They just want to slice and dice the racks. They've already got the melee, so they will fall themselves back. But if they can find a kill, they will actually take it. Won't find it this time around, as Yamate will just holding himself away for the moment. He has enough to really run himself a long distance away. Looks like Sharky was also a little bit too slow, getting himself out of trouble, and he also paid the consequences for it. 28-21. 57 minutes into it. Like 2 dots on the bottom lane, just really trying to defend as strong as they can. Get these lanes pushed back out again, because if you don't for a while, like we're talking like maybe 3-4 minutes, then it's literally just going to come and bite you back in the ass. So now pushing out the top lane. Naga is there. 4,900 gold, wouldn't mind sending a Barizia on top of her right now. Barizia would definitely give her the crit she actually needed to actually basically wipe out anybody she sliced. You have that sort of crit on illusions, very hard to get away from. Alright, so top wave just going to push itself as the Sentinel team are coming back up for that one. Scourge wave being pretty defensive with how hard they're actually going to push it. As I say that, as Storm Spirit just jumps itself straight in there. I do like to rally their defense though. Like, I've noticed that a hell of a lot. Whenever you get a Kuwana, the defenses are very tight. So as far as stealing anything, it's almost next to impossible. But as far as like stealing this match away right now, it is very difficult. Look at straight over the top right now. All of this, just so much free money. It's all going to Storm Spirit, who's just going to complete up another item right now. So now looking for Yamatar to come on through. Look at that mid lane push as well. coming out. 3 heroes right on the front lines. TP now going to come out from a Spectre. Wants to be on that bottom lane so he can haunt himself out if he needs to. Looks like HYHY has actually left that bottom lane now. Now he's going to come straight in over the top. Wants to get on top of Venomancer. Look for the Haunt to come in and try and help him out. Not going to get it this time around. Cat's already taken a fall. Shackle shot from the high ground coming out from XT. But it won't be too long before now jumping up towards the high ground once again. VS swap puts him straight back into position. XT goes down. Venomancer's already brought back down again. So Extinct is down on the ground and he's gone for a minute. This is a big, big moment. This could be the moment where the ADC is finally decided. And HYHY will be there to push in. The entire team for Scythe will be there to put the final nail in the coffin for Nirvana.MY. They've lost 2 melee racks. How long can they actually hold this on here? They've got, well, actually they've lost the entire mid racks. The normal creep wave has taken that out. And there's going to be a big, big push straight for the tier 4s. Possibly rotate down towards the bottom, but more than likely go straight for the tier 4s. Wave goes down. They are going to go down to the tier 4 towers. Down to the bottom racks, I apologise. Or not. No, Scythe are falling back. They don't want to have to do it. They want to force the buybacks. Specky is back alive again now. VS manages to TP herself away. And Puck is defending up the top lane right now. Very, very nasty position for Nirvana.MY. You lose one hero like that for a minute and you're just like, oh no, this is not cool. But the buyback did actually come through, so they were safe in the end. As Spectra trying to actually push out this mid lane, is doing so successfully as well. This is the time when Nirvana.MY go, you know what? We've been on the back foot the entire game. I want to be on the front foot. Specky, get in front of me. You are going to be my foot that I try and trample them with. While that's all happening, Storm Spirit pushing in the bottom lane. Scardy completed on top of him too. He has enough money to buy back, but he's actually retreating himself back out right now. This is actually probably the best time for him to go in. And TP is going to come in. Is he going to jump it? Specky is there. They're going to look towards the middle lane right now too. And in the end, it is decided by Yamate that it is not actually worth it to try and dive yourself in and get these last hits off. So mid lane still looking for the right way to get through. There, now we're going off again into our oh, what a swap, what a swap. XT, Extinct could be dead again. He is dead again. They've caught him out. The Horn has come over the top. Venomancer pops off the oldie as well. Wish Doctor trying to TP himself back out of trouble. Should actually cancel that and stick with the team at the moment as off goes to sleep. And we already have Yamata who's rejoined himself back in towards this fight as he is just waiting for Lich to come back out. Pulls, attacks, kills, managed to get a double kill now. So Lich takes the fall as well. And wow. Puck is still alive. Everyone is still alive for Scourge, but one hero, and that's our Vengeful Spirit, who actually started that entire thing with one amazing swap, and everything else just focus fire after that point. 3 heroes for the Sentinel side down. Big heroes left up though. You still have Specky as well as Venomancer left alive, but those 2 heroes are not enough to actually repel 1, pressure down the middle, 2, pressure being applied by lanes. It's just not going to be enough. 29 to 26. The kill count is getting a little bit closer right now. I say a little bit. It's not that much. We've got 3 kills the difference here for the last final match. Yamate just buying up a little bit more. Actually, no, just thinking about buying up a little bit more. Drops a slot. Dropping the TP scroll just so he can actually make sure he can grab up that Agassi model. There will also be the cheese. So Cheese actually taken at the moment. Oh, what a jump up. What a jump up. Wants to keep the pressure going. Has managed to actually jump right on top of Venomancer. 1 hit, 2 hits. So hard to escape with Scardy. Not to mention the amount of speed that gets to come out of that Storm Spirit. 1 hit, 2 hit. Yamata's got 2. He will now be going for 3 with XT getting swapped straight back in towards the mix here. We did lose Nirvana during that one too. XT, will he die? Yes, he will die. Yamata walks away with a double kill. Again in the middle lane, keeping that pressure, and now Sentinel buying back Venomancer and Spectra, both throwing all the money they possibly got in to try and defending up this mid. still got the cheese. I do believe they've still got the cheese. No, he's used the cheese right now. Horn going over the top, trying to catch down Roy. And Yamata not strong enough to actually defend in time. Puck trying to retreat off here. Good thing Specky turns into a chicken for him. Manages to live, yet to fight another day. But that'll also be because of the Gwyn's who he's got on top of him. Storm Spirit lives to actually pawn another day, jumping right on top of net. Wanted the kill, not going to get it. Horn still there. Waiting for that ulti to actually bounce off him, but didn't actually get to the Storm Spirit. And Storm Spirit will actually die there on 6 HP. Buying back from Naga. Oh, cancelled TP from Mushy. Managed to actually find Puck and try and actually TP himself back out there. And Puck managed to get the Blink Dagger off and get himself out of trouble. While this is happening, big wave has pushed through the bottom. It's wiped out the rest of that bottom racks as Lich is trying to tank it for the team. But there's only so much he can actually take and will have to fall himself back at one point. In fact, it's already done so. A little bit further back. Top lane is literally the only place that there needs to be a push here. Wait for it to come on through. Top Racks has lost his tier 3 tower. Venomancer Plague Ward was the only thing actually controlled, was sitting in its place. And we do have an Ancient of War as well as Ancient of Law. Ancient of War being your melee, Ancient of Law being that range attack you actually need for the Necromancers. Or in this case, Druids. Park just waiting for the right time to strike, who is actually coming out. And they're all going in towards the middle lane right now. Top lane, Yamata keeping that pressure on. There's Sharky still hanging around as well. I think they're going to look for a bit of a gank before they go off again. But then again, so are Nirvana.MY currently walking around just looking for one hero to pick off. Smoker Seed is there. They're going to find VS. VS is there, but they just expose themselves. In comes Storm Spirit. Oh, there's going to be the battle to all end all battles. Mushy is trying to stay alive. He's already dead. VS is still alive. Wishlock is trying to retrieve himself back out again, but for some reason Spectre thought he would be the best one to actually target. But while all that's happening, Venomancer currently being caught. Ghost entering himself to try and stay alive. Venomancer pops off the ulti as well, buying himself a little bit more time. Not enough time. Don't Lag actually managed to get the last hit there before he actually dies as well. Double kill coming out for the Spectre, and we will have to see Yamata actually fall himself back now. 2 apiece is what's coming through, and he wants to get rid of this dagger right now. This dagger effect is really cramping his style, and we do actually a triple kill come out there from the Spectre. He is the glimmer of hope, but the glimmer of hope is fading away very, very fast, just like the life points on the world tree. There's a lot of creep wave coming in right now, and GG, the call for a save game coming out. Referees don't call the GG. Sharky call the GG, but HY wants to save it as he does not want to lose a single bit of this one. The tree getting really, really ripped here. Spectre's going to try and hold it for as long as he possibly can and do what he can. He's living only barely. Reflecting the damage is the only thing that just kept that world tree alive just then. And 3 heroes from the Scourge will let the time be bought. Creep waves absolutely everywhere right now. All inside the main base of the Sentinel side. 2 racks down. It would take a miracle, an absolute miracle for Nirvana.MY to win from this point and force this into a 5th and final decider. The miracle could be Specky. It could be. There are many possibilities. It's like Naga re-pushing out that top lane again. Wants to make sure she has enough money for a buyback. Gank being prepped up here on top. Mushy just putting in an impale. He's trying to slow them down a little bit more. It's the only thing he can really do, but once again, that creep wave back in the side. It's on top of that world tree. Venomancer is doing what he possibly can to hold it off here, and he's about to die to this creep wave that's there. Has to Ghost Scepter himself to actually make sure he can live, and Plague Warding wherever he possibly can. The wave will come through that top. It is already super seismic creeps. That top wave was pushed before, and this is going to be GG when they finally get themselves in. Nirvana.MY defiant to the absolute last. Do not want to give this up at all. Specky goes for the horn. Thinks he can actually get one up on the top. He should be able to get Roy as well. Roy trying to go out. Dagger pops off. And Roy now with the Yules sends him up in the air. Hex now comes out from Sharky as well. Trying to stay on top. And look at Specky. He's just hunting Roy down. He must really have a personal vendetta against this guy. Pops off the Manta. Now wants to go have a go at Sharky. VS joins in the battle as well. VS a little bit too far out at the moment. As Storm Spirit right over the top. Yamatea finally gets itself in right over the top. And this will be GG World Tree. They've lost their big hero. There's no way they can defend against Mega Creeps. And the winners of the Asian Dota Championships, it finally will be Scythe. Singapore will take the Asian Dota Championships Cup away from this competition. It has been one hell of a tournament. I think it's been almost 7-8 months in the making, going from the qualifiers, going through the playoffs, going through the group stages, going through absolutely everything, and now our final competition, going through Nirvana.MY, staying at the top for such a long time. Did lose a little bit of form, but Scythe, they have pulled some form out of somewhere and have come through, taking out the grand final here of the Asian Dota Championships. Hopefully you all enjoy the Shoutcast as well. Myself, Tobi Wan Kenobi, giving you all the Shoutcasts out for this morning. I'm going to go rest my voice, and of course, if you will be back here tomorrow night with me too, you'll be here for the Farm for Fame 3.1 grand final. It'll be MYM going up against Navi. Yes, Navi. We'll have those two boys going up against each other. Farm for Fame, of course, action keeps on coming, as well as all CS action we have coming out live. Bit of StarCraft 2 coming up soon. Quake Live on Sunday nights as well. There's a lot of action to come and see here at CGTV, so hopefully enjoy your time. Check out the CGTV timetable. It is all there. Also check out the file library being our YouTube channel of CyberGamer Network. YouTube, of course. And of course, thank you very much for being here on the CyberGamerTV.com website. If you're not actually there, check it out, guys. It's not too bad. Register yourself up, and you can also join us here in the chat as well when we're actually live on the stream. So thank you very much for all your time, and I'll look forward to your company next time.